Hi, I'm Chef Tammy Brawley from the Green Kitchen, and today we're here to make some delicious chive biscuits with Dijon mustard and country ham. We're going to start out with 2 cups of all-purpose flour into our KitchenAid mixer. It also has a tablespoon of baking powder, it has a tablespoon of sugar, and a little bit of salt. We're going to just kind of blend that up to start. Now you want to have cold butter already ready and diced. And you're going to want to slowly start turning the mixer up in speed. And it is a whole stick of butter, or 1/4 pound, to 2 cups of flour. We're going to turn the speed up a little bit more, get it nice and mixed. Now I'm going to turn it down because I'm coming back to add my liquid. You wouldn't want to add liquid on the high speed for obvious reasons. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add about 3/4 cup of our half and half. Let that get nice and mixed. I am going to go ahead and turn this off for a moment because you want to have some chives waiting, and you want to go ahead and get those nice and chopped up. Now this is certainly a full package. You don't need a full package. You can use as many as you'd like. And you know what? If you're not an onion fan, then you could certainly nix the chives and maybe do a different herb if you'd like. But I do think that a green adds a nice little texture to it. All right, I think that's probably about enough. All right, I'm going to turn my mixer back on. So now I'm going to add the chives to it and let it finish mixing. While that's finishing, I'm going to come back to my board, and you just want to spread a little flour out on it. Our mix is nicely done. So now we're going to take it out of our bowl. Going to come back to our floured board. Flour your hands. It makes it a little easier for cleanup and getting the rest of the dough out. You don't want to work biscuit dough too much because they do get tough. So I'm going to kind of get it together a little bit. You want this to be about maybe an inch, maybe 3/4 inch. I do like them to be a little high when they cook. They look prettier on a platter. You can see those nice, delicious green chives in there. All right, I think that looks beautiful, nice and even. Now we're going to get a biscuit cutter here. I've got one that's probably about 2 inches or so. Again, if you want to use bigger, that's totally fine. All right, so we're going to cut our biscuits out. Push them out a little bit. All right, we'll move these to our parchment lined tray waiting on the side. Now you notice I did not work that dough very long. I don't want my biscuits to be tough. Roll that out again. About 3/4 inch to about an inch or so. You're just going to keep cutting until you get all the dough pretty much used up. So now we're going to place it on our parchment lined sheet tray, move this out of the way, and now we have an egg wash. In the culinary world we call this glue, but we've mixed it up with just a little bit of water, not very much. We're going to come back and we're going to spread a little bit of egg wash on top of our biscuits. Now, and sometimes if you're not going to use country ham like we are at the end, this would be a good time, too, to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of kosher salt on top of these before they bake. Give a nice salty texture in complements with those chives. But in this case, we're not going to do the salt because we're going to load these with country ham. Going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 15-20 minutes. All right, and now our biscuits have been in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. Keep in mind that something smaller or larger will take either a short amount of time or a longer amount of time to cook. These are about 2-inch biscuits, and I don't know if you remember when I talked about not manipulating your dough so much and putting in the butter. Look at these nice, beautiful layers that this biscuit produced. I love these. These are absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut a couple and put a little bit of Dijon mustard and country ham on them. These make excellent cocktail biscuits, nice brunch biscuits. You can either choose to leave the chives out if you're not a chive or an onion fan, or change out the herbs if you choose. That's totally fine. You know, recipes really are guidelines. They're not, there's no recipe police that are going to come knock on your door and tell you that you have to follow that recipe to a T. So I often encourage people to change out things if they don't care for certain ingredients. So we have some nice Dijon mustard on these. And then we're going to use one of my favorite ingredients. You can certainly tell I'm from the South. We are going to put some country ham, some delicious country ham here on each biscuit. Put them on a nice serving platter. And there we have it. We have chive biscuits with country ham and Dijon mustard. I'm Tammy Brawley with The Green Kitchen. Join us next time on Heart of the Home.
Recipes from the Heart of the Home can be found on the Virginia Farm Bureau website at vafb.com/recipes, as well as on Chef Tammy Brawley's website at greenkitchenrichmond.com.